And I was like, okay, if I have to survive in the financial world, I got that lesson. I need to learn saving other people's time. Because if you can save someone else's time, you can make a lot of money and achieve a lot of success with that. What is Swiggy doing? Saving up for your time and making it more convenient for you. What is, let's say, some Amazon doing? Helping you not go to, let's say, XYZ shop and buy something or have everything on your phone, right? If you are able to save someone's time, for example, let's say a website loading speed, right? No one is going to wait for 10 seconds. People will wait for 5 seconds or 2 seconds or 1 second, right? More the time you save of people, right? They will be actually paying you for that.
All the people who are in their 20s have one big confusion about what are the skills we need to develop in order to get good job, start a business and get early success in our life. On today's episode, we have with us founder of Skillnation, Jatan Shah, who will tell you which are the skills will help you grow faster in your life. You will also learn about worst possible case scenario and how to take calculated risk in your life. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. And on that note, Jatan Shah on the Entrepreneur Talks. Hello Jatan.
Hey, hello.
Welcome to the Entrepreneur Talks first of all.
Thanks for having me.
This is going to be a weirdest way to start a podcast, but I just want to know why your caller tune is Babaji ki Booti. Is there any backstory behind it?
Not really. So actually, back when Geo Music started with like caller tunes and stuff, I was figuring out which song should I keep, right? And that was the song I was playing tabhi. I was listening to that song. So I was like, why not keep this? And now I don't know how to change it. So whenever I get like professional calls on my number, that's my personal number. All of them have to go through the process of listening to Babaji ki Booti first, that song, and then I pick up and then we have a word. I have been asked this question by a lot of people, and I still don't know how to change that caller tune.
Oh, acha.
Even if I know how to change it, I would rather keep it the same right now. People enjoy it, I enjoy it, so no problem with that.
Okay, so coming back to your, your entrepreneurial journey, like how did the Skillnation started?
Basically, Skillnation's journey started from my journey as an individual trainer online, right? So this actually, the journey started with my injury. I met with an accident 2 years back. So from my college placements, I got placed in a company, great package. I was about to start all of that. And tabhi I was actually interning. So I got my job placement, but tabhi, as I mentioned, I was interning as a graphic designer with this company, right? And tabhi I used to see a lot of trainers teach and impact other people. So वहाँ से I had this के अच्छा ठीक है मुझे भी कुछ सिखाना है, right? And I always used to do that informally, as in during CFA days also. When I gave my level 1 of CFA, तभी से I was like ठीक है चलो, I know I have this skill. And between that period के अच्छा Tressista join करना है, the company that I was going to join. उसके बीच में I interned as a valuation analyst. And the first day I went there, everyone was using Microsoft Excel. Everyone. And ऐसा भी नहीं, the basic level. Some complicated level of Excel they were using. And I was like, okay, if I have to survive in the financial world, I got that lesson. I need to learn Microsoft Excel. So that day itself, I was traveling back to my house in an auto and I decided, abhi kuch bhi ho jaye, I have to make this my strength. And from that day, how people binge watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, I used to binge watch Excel videos.
Okay.
Day in, day night. Every single day, every single night, I used to stay up and actually watch Excel videos. I liked that much Excel. So वहाँ से मैंने सब सीख लिया. It took me some time obviously, but I learned everything. And तभी I was like, okay, I now have learned Microsoft Excel. I know this issue that a lot of people who are entering into this financial world, right? They will also not be great with Microsoft Excel because no college teaches you Excel, right? तो तुम कितना ही बाहर से कोर्स कर लोगे, you will still have that raw knowledge, right? So this is something that I see as a problem. So tabhi I was like, okay, I am interning at this place where I have a lot of courses happening, right? So I can actually just talk to my mentor, the owner, and say, okay, if you want someone to teach Microsoft Excel, why not do that? So he was like, okay, he was on board with that. He knew I was concerned about Microsoft Excel. So that's how I started teaching Microsoft Excel offline. So it was in one of these sessions that I met my co-founders of Skillnation as well. So one of them attended my session, and both of them at the same time were freelance performance marketers.
Right.
So after the session, they contacted me and they were like, okay, you teach well, so why not just take it online and run ads about it? So I was very skeptical about it actually. And at that time we used to start with like a very small, but tabhi it was a very big amount. So it was like 2,000-3,000 per day. और मेरा salary भी उतना मतलब if you count it as on a 30-day basis, मेरा उतना salary भी नहीं होगा, right? So I was like, ठीक है, should I do it? Should I not do it? I was like, चलो, let's go for it, ठीक है? And a lot of my major decisions in life have come because of calculated risks. If someone asks me what is the reason for like the success that we have achieved so far, I would say it's all about calculated risks. When you see your risk to reward ratio 1:3, that's when you know, ठीक है, कर लेते हैं. Out of 3 chances, even if you hit 1, you are recovering the rest of the two bad chances that you had.
Nice.
Right? So that's what I did. I was like, what's the worst that can happen? You run it for 3 days, you have 2,000-3,000 gone per day. That's what, 6,000-9,000. ठीक है, not a problem. I can afford that, right? So why not just try it out? And that's what I did, and it hit it off from there.
So I want to talk about skills, and in India, like things are changing right now that we are focusing more on skills and all those things. But I want to particularly ask this question: if any particular teenager, when like let's say 17 to 19 or like early 20s, like 2021, who want to build skills in a career, like what are the 3 skills according to you they should definitely develop?
So I would rank this in order as well, and this is not just applicable for people who are in their young teens. I feel everyone should learn this. First is the skill of persuasion. In the entire world, any skill that you learn cannot trump the skill of persuasion. Ultimately, you are dealing with people. If you can persuade someone to take a decision, if I can convince you today, if you have 10 crores in your bank balance, I can convince you today to transfer that instantly, right? No skill is going to give me a payout which is worth that, right? You can learn 500 skills, it doesn't matter, right? If you can persuade someone to, let's say, buy a product from you, nothing like that, you're making money off that. If you can persuade someone to actually join your team, the best of the best people, right? You will be able to build a great team. Anything that you have in mind, all it boils down to is persuasion. You are dealing with people. The first thing that you should be understanding is the skill of persuasion, and understand human psychology, how humans work. Because everything ultimately comes down to that. If you're looking at, let's say, sales, it's ultimately convincing someone to buy something from you.
Exactly.
If you're looking at marketing, it's grabbing people's attention, not robots' attention, people's attention. That people element is something that a lot of people miss out on. Second, skill of negotiation. So if you are able to negotiate well, that and at the same time, I would say, along with the skill of negotiation on like the second level, I would say also how to take someone else's money and compound it with the existing skills that you are having. So if you are able to do that, that's nothing like that.
Yeah.
If you are able to use your existing skill set and make a company go from 1x to 10x, you will always be achieving success. So that's basically the skill of negotiation and basically compounding someone else's money to your own benefit with your existing skill set. That's the number 2, I would say. And third, because I'm teaching Microsoft Excel, I personally feel it's required in each and every department, in each and every company. So if you are someone who is going to, like, let's say even if you're planning to have a job, right, you should be learning Microsoft Excel. But my advice would be, and because I've gone through this process, don't learn it in your 11th or 12th. So that's basically when you're in 16, 17 ka age. Don't learn, and not even 18th ka age pe. Because by the time you actually go to a job, you would have forgotten everything. And I did that. So I learned Excel offline also. I know nothing about it right now. That particular, whatever was taught tabhi, right? I had to actually had to relearn everything. So don't learn it till the time you are in your second year of college. But tabhi, when you start, learn everything about it. Because that's ultimately what you are doing is basically saving up on time. And just to add on to that, because of Microsoft Excel, one more thing I will place at number 3 would be saving other people's time. Because if you can save someone else's time, you can make a lot of money and achieve a lot of success with that. What is Swiggy doing? Saving up of your time and making it more convenient for you. What is, let's say, some Amazon doing? Helping you not go to, let's say, XYZ shop and buy something or have everything on your phone. right? If you are able to save someone's time, for example, let's say a website loading speed, right? No one is going to wait for 10 seconds. People will wait for 5 seconds or 2 seconds or 1 second, right? More the time you save of people, right? They will be actually paying you for that. So what is Spotify, right? They're running ads. YouTube running ads. You don't want to see ads, pay us. And then you can save your own time as well. Time is equal to money. That's everything that people have people have been saying that, but its real world application is basically helping people save time. And that would be a great thing to do and will help you grow ultimately as well. If you can do that, if you can save 10 minutes of my day, I'm willing to pay you, let's say, X amount of rupees for the rest of my life, right? That's something that a lot of people can do as well. And learn Excel, that's the third thing.
Right. That's a really good answer. Do you advocate people, learning multiple skills at one point of time, or they are like you are in that set of mindset that okay, you need to learn one skill at a point of time?
I would not say you can't learn multiple skills at the same time, but if you're learning that, stay focused on all of them, which is a very difficult thing to do for everyone. So it's just a natural selection. If you can't do it, you can't do it. That's not your fault.
So
right?
know yourself.
Yeah, you know yourself.
हो पाता है कि नहीं हो पाता.
ऐसा नहीं है कि you are lacking something. It's just your personality trait नहीं है. You can't focus on everything, right? If you can, well and good. But what I would say is, even if you're learning one by one, right? Make sure you learn plenty. Not just focus on 3 things. मैं बोलूँगा कि okay, you learn 5 different skills instead of 2 skills. Even if don't become extremely best at 2 things. A lot of people will say, do cheez karo, don't try to be the master of all trades, just learn 2 things. And that's good enough for you. Okay, that will help you. I feel learn everything and then choose what's best for you. So speaking of myself as well, for this thing, when I started out, right? When it came to running, let's say, online ads also for my classes and all of that, I would have a huge expenditure, I would say, if I didn't know the skills that I had. So for website designing, I knew how to develop my own website. For creators, I knew Photoshop and Illustrator, obviously. So I did that. Teaching part, I knew that. PPTs में कैसे अच्छा PPTs बनाते हैं, I knew that. Right? फिर बाकी how to use softwares, like how to set up automations, how to connect things with different things, all these things. I knew that. So all these things, if you learn all these things, ultimately it is going to help you, right? I never had this thing, why am I learning graphic design? I used to continue doing graphic design even after I chose, let's say, BFM, right? ऐसा नहीं है कि I always thought BFM और financial markets और graphic design में क्या लेना देना है. I thought किधर ना किधर तो help करेगा ही. And I wasn't the best at graphic design. I was more or less average, decent, I would say. But learning multiple skills actually helped me. So I would say learn multiple skills, learn average of it, and then double down on what you think is the best for you and what suits your type of personality.
So like you are saying that become jack of all, but become a master of one.
Master of some.
Some.
Right. Yes.
And coming to the last question of this podcast, one advice you want to give to any budding entrepreneur who wants to start their own business, and one advice they should definitely ignore.
One advice that they should be receiving is don't become an entrepreneur in the first go. Start off with a job, have stability, do things side by side, and when this takes up, you quit the first one. Don't, out of 100 people, 2 might survive and have a great company. And that's also a very big number, I'm saying. 2% is a big number. What happens with the 98 people, right? So for that, you don't go with your chances. You go with what is consistent and what is something that you can actually based on maths. So you first start off with a job, have that stable income, have that amount of money, even if I fail for the next, let's say next 3, 4, 5, 6 months, right? I have enough pool of money to sustain myself and my family. Once you have that, then you can again grow this company along with your job. एक बार ये चल गया, quit your job. That's okay. But don't start off with a company of your own in the first go. Never do that. And one thing that they should never do, blindly trust people, because when you are starting off in the real world, right, you will trust a lot of people and a lot of people approach you when you're growing, right? कि मैं ये help कर दूंगा, I'll fund you with this and ये कर दूंगा, all of that. Never trust someone blindly. As I have told you earlier as well, listen to everyone, do what your heart says and what you think should be done, right? So never trust everyone blindly, but ऐसा भी नहीं है कि don't trust anyone only. Always maintain relationships, and one more thing that I would say is never spoil ties with anyone. Even if you had the worst encounter with this person, the worst communication with this person, Always say, all right, thank you so much, didn't work out, no problem, move on. You never know who might help you in the future. Always have your relationships maintained.
Don't close that door.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't close that door.
Yeah, exactly. And you are a believer of...
Sometimes you might knock on that door in the future.
Exactly. So thank you so much, Jatan, for doing this. I'm absolutely had a great time. This is, I can say this is one of my best podcasts.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
If you enjoy this episode, guys, then please do drop a like, share this video with your friends, and also comment down your favorite parts from this episode and the learning shared by Jatan. And please
subscribe to the Spotlight India. It's one of the best growing podcast channels out there.